we are going to be learning how to construct a triangle. And we're looking at what you're seeing here is a past question which we are going to be using as a case study. In this past question, they said that using a ruler and a pair of compasses only construct that is a triangle PQR, such that PQ is ACM, arrow PQ is 120 and PQR is 30 degrees. The second question there says that the locus of a point equidistant from P and Q. And the other one we have there says the locus of points equidistant from PQ and arrow and PR, which passes through the triangle. And the last question there said that label the points where locus 1 and locus 2 intersect as X and measure QX. So before we go ahead, I want to tell you something. If you look at this very well, you find out that this other one, this appears to be bisector of angle. I mean, it's like it's more like dividing an angle into two. This other one has to do with bisecting of what? A distance, dividing a distance, a line. So now we're going to be doing it like the instructions say that you use what? A pair of ruler and a pair of compasses only. So that's what we're going to do. I have my pencil, I have my compass already arranged. Make sure that they are even. Look at it, they are just even. If any of them is more than the other, it might be giving you wrong construction. So I have my ruler too. You're going to be using this. We will have also protractor. If there is need for it, we can also use it to measure the angles. So let's start the construction properly. To do this now, what I need to do is to measure. They say that the first question says that we should construct. Now, one of the easiest way to make it easier for you, one of the ways to make it easier for you when you're constructing something is to make a sketch of it. Now, let's have a sketch of what we are going to do. In a sketch, this is that the other side is what? ACM. We have ACM, that is where they say that P, Q, and then we have what? R here. They say that arrow PQ is what? 120. I have my 120 there. So they say that arrow QP is what? 30 degree. Then here is what? 30 degree. So every other thing, the other one, the first bisector locus there is the dividing P and Q. That means we're expecting to a line that will cross here equidistance. So the next one we have there should be bisecting P, Q, and PR, which means cutting through this angle. Talk about a point of intersection that we will name what? X. We will label X. Then the last question there said that we should measure the distance. Now, I want you to have a closer look at, take a closer look at what it will look like after the construction. With this few information at least, this is what it will look like. Now we're going to be doing this, and after this construction, I know that some of you might be having problem on how to design and construct angles. After this, I will try to show you how to construct the common angles, how to do that after this our construction. So I will show you how to construct some of the angles so that it will be for you whenever you see it anytime in exam. So let's quickly go back to what we are do it. Now you have seen what it's going to look like. Now for you to measure, they say that you should measure out. When you're measuring, you use your pair of you can use a pair of divider, but it's in the case like this, we might use our pair of compass. Starting from 0 end, we start from 0 and take a radius. This is our radius now. The radius of what? 8 cm. That's the center. That's the length of PQ. The length of PQ is what? 8 cm. Now I place it here. I make an arc here. I'll try to make it bigger so that it will be visible. Now you can see the arc I've already made. Then from here again, put there, and I make another arc here. Now why am I making this arc? From this arc I have already made here, it will help me to locate the points, the straight line, because we know that all these points stand for what? From this point, all this area and there stands for what? 8 cm. So we need to get a straight line. Now I'm going to make my line. Now this is my line. I have it. This is my what? 8 cm. This is 8 cm, and this place is called what? It's called PQ. Here will be P. Here is P. While the other one is what? Q. We have Q. Now the next question there is that arrow PQ is what? 120. Now to get angle 120, you can take a radius of your choice. Now we form an arc. From this point, any radius of your choice. Now look at what I will do. I form an arc around here. This thing should not go out. Look at my arc. This is my arc now. Now we'll come over to this place again and form another arc. Okay, alternatively, there's another alternative way of doing this, because we know that if I form an arc here, we have this place is what? This place is now 60, angle 60. We know that 120 is 60 plus 60. Now we need to get another arc using the same radius. We're not going to change this. Now, in order to do this, what I will do now is to get an imaginary line, straight line here. I'm going to be constructing the angle 120. I take a radius of my choice. Take a radius of my choice and form an arc. This is the arc I've formed. This is the arc. I've formed this arc. Now, the truth is that from here to here, you get 60. Here will give us 60 degrees. But this is not what we want. We're looking for 120. And we know again, if we, in this place, if we can form a kind of extension here, get an extension, then so that we'll be able to use this point. Now look at it. We know that the whole straight line now is 180, and in a 180 we have 360, and 260 will give us what? Will give us 120. So if we cut out this place, we have another what? We have another 60 off the place. This 60 is of this 60. So minusing this 60 from every other area, we have our 120. So now what we have here, since we are moving this one, it's not part of our construction. We are moving it out of it, moving this 60 out of here. So what we have is what? Have a straight line. Now note, we were not given the length of this, what is it called? The R, we don't know the length, so we'll just make a line that can guide us. What have I done? Why is it having double lines? Okay. Okay, this line is not supposed to be actually. There's a little error here. So I mistakenly make it twice. So this is the accurate one. As you can see, now here is 120. Here is 120 degree. So the next one, we're going to get the other angle, which is P. We said is what? PQR, which is 30 degrees. So to get 30 degrees, take a radius of your choice. I'm taking a radius of my choice, and then I form an arc. This is my arc. Now this is my arc. So what do I do? Then here, from this point I have what? 60 degrees. This will give me 60. From there to there I have 60. Look at it. From this point to that point, what I have formed here is angle 60 if I make a line. But that's not what I want. I need to bisect it. I need to divide it into 2. Since you know that 60 divided by 2 will give us 30. So to divide it is that I take an position again. Look at where I have it. Look at it very well. Then I make another arc with the same radius. I make another arc here. Coming over to this other point. Look at where I'm using. You can see it where the points of intersection with the first arc that gave us the what? The 60. That's where I'm using. Now already I have what I'm looking for. So this is what I'm looking for. This is the point of intersection of the two. Then I join them. Now this is our P. Our R now. This is our R. I have our R. So this is our Q. This is how it look like. So the next thing we are going to do is to look at the second question that said that, look at it, you are going to be looking at this one. I said dividing it PQ. To divide PQ means dividing these two, bisecting the two angles, the two lines, the line there, not two anyway. I take a radius of my choice. That's a bit, I can say is about 3/4 of the length in question. I make an arc, another arc here. Then to this other side again, putting at P, at Q now, I make another arc, then another arc here, another arc here. So I join it together. If I join it together, what do I have? So we have a straight line. This is we call it what? L subscript 1, which is Locus 1. Then the second question said that we should divide what? Locus 2. That's Locus 2 point of point. Locus 2 points equidistant from P, Q, and arrow PR. So now what we'll do here, getting it simply means to divide this angle that we have here. To divide this angle, taking from this point, with the radius of our choice, we form an arc. And then to this other point again, look at where I'm getting it. To that point, I form another arc. Now I have my arc, the two arcs here together. Look at the point of intersection of the two arcs. This is the point of intersection, as you can see. This is the point of intersection. Now I make a straight line from that point. This straight line I'm making from that point has divided the thing into two equal parts. So this is our locus what? The locus 2. So the next one we are doing here is this is our locus 2. So the next one we are doing now is to get towards the next thing they say. You say we should tag this place X and measure the distance of X from Q. Now look at it. Say we measure the distance. When we tag that place, point of intersection, their point of intersection, when you tag it X, we measure the distance QX. So now that's what we're going to measure that distance. To measure that distance, we can use a pair of device. Perhaps I can still use this, my compass. From this point, as you can see, I stretch it towards this other side, to that point. So I'll go back to my ruler and take. So this is about 7 point. What I have in my own is 7.9 cm. That is to say, we can say that QX is equal to 7.9 cm. That is what we have, 7.9 cm. That's the thing. So this we have succeeded in doing what? Constructing the triangle. The next thing we are going to be doing here is I'm going to show you how to construct the common angles. I'm going to show you how to construct angle 60. We already know. From here, I believe you will be able to construct angle 60. But for any reason, if you think you will not be able, if you feel you can, if you are still having problem with it, you can also leave a comment, so that in the next video I will look into it. I will show you how to do that. Now the two possible things I'm going to be showing you here is how to construct angle 45 and the angle, perhaps we look at another angle like angle 75. Now when we have let's say we want to construct angle 45. This is our straight line. Now angle 45. Now to get angle 45, we bisect this. We first get angle 90. Take a radius of your choice. Then not just a radius of your choice. The radius must be at least 3/4 of the distance. You can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see it. That this thing is too big. I don't know if you can see it. You can see what I've done. Then the next one, from this other point, I make another arc. You can see where they are intersecting, point of intersection. Now look at the point of intersection. This point of intersection now, I join them together. Make a straight line from there. So if I make it this straight line, what I have is angle 90 degree. This is angle 90 degree. These are my angle 90 degree. Now if I divide it into two equal parts, what I will do here is to come over to this end. Oh, I've changed the radius. Okay, no problem. I think I can still get it. Come over to this side, taking a radius of my choice. Then I form an arc here. Then to this point again, what do? Form another arc here. I missed something here. Let me repeat it. Let me repeat this thing. Let me quickly do it again. We have a straight line. Something I missed that would have helped me to get the thing done. Now we form an arc. I will be a bit fast so that we'll not spend so much time doing this. Look at the arc I formed. Use the arc from this point now. I make a radius. Now I'm getting it correctly. Make another radius here. From this point again, another radius. Another radius. Now from this other point, you're watching me. See that point where I made the first radius. Another radius here now. Now from this other angle, another radius. This is another radius. Now we make a straight line. This is exactly what I was supposed to do then. So make a straight line. This is our what? Angle 90 degree. So to get our 45 degree with the same radius, we'll make an arc here, and then coming back to this end, we'll make another arc. So this arc we have already formed here, joining it together. I believe you can see it very well. Now joining it together from here. We have our what? This is our angle 45 degree, and this other one is also 45 degree. This is half of 90. So I'm going to be leaving you here. If there's any issue, you can always leave it in the comment section, and we can always attend to you. Thank you so much for your time, and if you wish to hear from us again, we would like to hear from you actually. And then remember to subscribe, like, and then share. Thank you.